That's right. Welcome in. Welcome back, folks, to a Tommy Rees to save the day for Northwestern in the middle of this mess. I don't know, but let's talk about the Fitz edition of the Always Irish Show. As always, you can find the program on YouTube. Do it. Subscribe if you haven't yet. Appreciate it very much. Give the video a thumbs up. That helps me as well. Notifications on that way. You're alerted every time there's a new episode. You don't want to miss it. Twitter. Search bar, Always Irish Rat. Always Irish Inc. Emails, alwaysirishnc@gmail.com. Audio only. Anywhere you want me, you can locate me. And the call-in lines. 312-988-15. You tell Johnny all you've heard and seen. Sorry, I missed Monday, man. Long day Sunday at the Hartman NIL event. Had some life stuff come up on Monday. I still got to edit all the footage from the event and get that all to you. It's just life got a little busy on me Monday. I do apologize, but we'll be back at it Wednesday as normal timing, of course. Speaking of Sunday, great event, just a great event. Again, I'm still working on putting together all the footage and doing a compilation and all. It just takes time to go through and piece things together and edit and all that. And there's a lot of footage. We had cameras going all day. But really big showing. I feel like we welcome Sam Hartman to town with a lot of love. We had a bagpipe procession bringing him from the parking lot into the event. We had a bunch of people in line waiting outside. We had music going. We had a bunch of people. It was beautiful. So I got to meet a lot of people that I already knew or that knew me from the show, but then we got to meet. And then I also got to meet a whole batch of new people that love Notre Dame, but on YouTube, not aware. It was a really good blend. There was a lot of people helping out. All of the crew of people, all those guys that helped me set up for the Blue and Gold event, that little group, every one of them was there for this as well to support the cause. I really appreciate it. My parents did a lot of work to help set up for this. Mitch's parents, who owns the memorabilia shop, you know, they all did a lot of work. Everybody's family. It was a great day. I think we welcome Sam. I think he was a little bit surprised how big the event was when he pulled up and saw everything we set up for him. So I think mission accomplished. We did a good job. We had a line the whole time, signing stuff, a lot of excitement, you know, cheering, go Irish. I think we did a great job welcoming him to town. So I'm very proud of the work we did. Stay tuned for pics and videos. Okay, so the biggest news in college football right now, shockingly, like I wonder what the odds are if you pick what's going to be the hottest story of the late summer right before camp starts. Nobody's picking Northwestern, all right? Nobody's picking Northwestern. By now, you know about the weird hazing situation. Fitz was originally suspended 2 weeks in the late summer when coaches take a vacation anyways. And then it looks to me the student newspaper did a lot more digging and investigating and wasn't going to let Northwestern kind of hide on this. And so now he's been fired. We went from a 2-week suspension to fired in a couple days. So a lot more bad information must have came out. And for a lot of people are saying, oh, everybody's soft, you know, whatever. This may not be true. I don't think you go from 2-week suspension to fired in 2 days unless a lot more corroborating evidence came out on the bad side. Otherwise, I don't think that's what it would be, unless a bunch of other stuff came out that looked bad too and got corroborated by others. So apparently more bad stuff got revealed. That's the only way I see that escalation being what it was. Keep in mind, they also have a cheerleading scandal they're getting over and a baseball scandal brewing that broke on 670 The Score in Chicago yesterday, saying that the baseball coach is toxic and racist and talking about women and treating people like crap and telling pitchers, I don't care if your arm hurts, you got to start. And then guys are blowing out their arms, like not listening to medical advice. Racist stuff, just brutal. I don't understand. You would expect such a highfalutin academic place all about class and being smart up by the lake and all their money and everything You, I mean, I wouldn't expect that to be where you have these problems, but here we are. So it seems like the entire athletic department has some problems. They got a new AD, a new president. It's just rough. So I've told you guys, I lived there 7 years right on Central Street, right across from the football stadium. I did not fit in there. It's just a weird group of people with a weird mindset, and I could never be on the same wavelength with them at all the whole time I was there in that town. It's just a weird place. And here's my thing. I get hazing. Like, make the rookie, the freshman carry extra equipment around. Singing karaoke songs in front of the team, and it's kind of embarrassing, but it's harmless, and people laugh at your voice. Buying if you're an underclass, a freshman lineman, I get making those guys buy the upperclassmen a pizza all night and beer all night or something. Like, to me, that's hazing. Is that kind of stuff. Once you start telling me these bizarre sexual things and the naked activities, I don't understand that perversion. That's where you lose me. My idea of hazing is you're carrying the upper guy's pads. You got to do extra, work, but it's nothing like humiliating. I don't understand the sexual stuff here. Why do you have to be naked? And we're all naked and we're doing snap exchanges naked and pass rush drills naked, and you're soaping up when I go through the shower. I don't, what a bunch of weird nerds. And I have people saying, oh, that's probably exaggerated. Dude, I don't think they fired this guy if the additional information didn't make it look worse and kind of corroborate this stuff. Anyways, that's where you lose me. I get my idea of hazing is stuff I talked about, not this bizarre naked sexual stuff. What a bunch of pervert weird nerds. I have no interest in seeing my teammates junk more than you have to just changing in a locker room. I don't, that's weird, bro. I don't understand that. So lots of nude center quarterback exchanges and naked drills and everything else. And you went 1-11 last year. So I don't think it worked. You also got to keep in mind, Northwestern's already battling the city of Evanston on the $800 million renovation project. I was in Evanston a few weeks ago visiting family that live right where I live when I was there, right around the block. They got signs in their yard saying, say no to Northwestern. They're already battling the city on that renovation and taxes and feeling like a private institution. Northwestern's do whatever they want with no regard for the Evanston citizens and all that. This is ugly. It's ugly. They got a lot of issues internally and externally, and this stuff ain't going to help it. So they got issues. They got a lot of money, a lot of donors, a lot of power, but they got a lot of issues. That's Northwestern's deal right now. Weird place by the lake. It's beautiful there, but they are weird. I couldn't connect with them at all. I didn't fit in with those people when I lived there 7 years. But the real question is, what the hell happens next? Northwestern is in a bad spot. Bad PR, 1-11 record, 4-20 over the last 2 years. Bad reputation now, issues with the city. It's a very rough dynamic. So what are they going to do? Who might they want to take this job? Or maybe I need to ask, who is willing to take this job? Can you imagine trying to recruit for Northwestern? It's already hard enough because everybody has to get straight A's. And now you have to, their line used to be, we're not going to win a title, but the guy can play football, get a scholarship, get a great Northwestern education. And there are things bigger than the on-field results at Northwestern. We're all about the community and developing our culture, and you're going to be a great citizen and all that. They can't pitch that anymore. They used to pitch. It isn't just about football. It's about growing the man and all this stuff. Bro, you can't even use that right now. So what are they going to do? Who might they want? And who is willing to take on this job? For what a big PR nightmare black-eyed mess this is. It's still a Big Ten job. And it's still a place with a lot of money and resources. At the same time, Northwestern has no leverage currently. This job may be looked at as toxic. So how does that set up for a coaching search? Maybe they have to settle a bit and take somebody that they isn't on their top list of choices, take somebody before they may be fully ready or proven to get through this because of how toxic their brand is at the moment. Who fits that mold? Tommy Rees. Hear me out. Tommy Rees. Think about it. He wants to be a head coach. He grew up right up the road from Northwestern in Lake Bluff. It's like a 20-minute ride north. He was a grad assistant for 1 year at Northwestern. His dad has power connections with Northwestern people. He's used to working with and recruiting smart football player types. He knows all the local high schools because that's where he grew up and played. All of that on the surface makes it a pretty good damn fit. Now, would he want it? Tommy has a big ego. He sees himself as head coach. He was mad he didn't get interviewed for the job when Freeman got it. He may think this job is below him, and he doesn't want to jump down to Northwestern or doesn't want to deal with all the PR nightmare, which I would understand. And he may have this thought that all he has to do is kind of wait out Nick Saban to retire and see if he could get the Alabama job. Like, Tommy has an ego. He has an ego. So I don't know where he thinks he's at in this pecking order. But if I was him, I might look into making the Notre Dame to Bama, the Bama to a Big Ten head coaching job all in one offseason move. Look at that parlay. If you could go from Notre Dame to Alabama to a head coaching job in the Big Ten, that's a hell of an offseason, son. So I don't know where Tommy's mind's at, but everything I mentioned practically makes this a great fit. He was even a grad assistant there, which means he was kind of involved to see what's going on, but not really, and he has no power. He's a grad assistant. I don't think people are going to hold that against him, that he was here if some of this was going on then, just as a GA. So he may just think he can wait out, save it, and do it that way. And then from Northwestern's end, they have little to no leverage. I would say they have no leverage. Ideally, I'm sure they'd want somebody with experience to be able to navigate the culture out of this. Tommy's low, but who with experience wants to sign up for this is the issue. Tommy's low on experience, but he's an exciting up-and-comer, genius play caller, all of that. Maybe they would be willing to dive in a couple years before I think he's ready to be a head coach, knowing they have no leverage. So they get an exciting young coach that everybody thinks a lot of really in the sport, and then he's getting a Big Ten job as a starter job because they have no leverage. They can't expect better than that right now. And if you go 8-4, they're going to build you a statue. And if you go 1-11, nobody cares unless there's a scandal attached. It's whatever there. I'm telling you, it's just a weird place. Maybe Tommy could go in there and get some of this big coaching experience at a place where they have no leverage to hold his feet to the fire and say, you got to go win 10 or 11 games or whatever. Is this scenario realistic? I don't know. Am I selling Northwestern short? Am I selling Tommy short? Or does this not make any sense? Maybe it's just too toxic and he has his eyes on Bama and he's smart enough to not jump in that quicksand and go down or whatever. But I just don't know where his level is in the sport as far as being looked at as a head guy. But it's a good practical fit in a lot of ways. And he's a guy Northwestern would trust because of the previous relationship and his dad being from the area and all that. What a freaking mess, though. So I don't know. You guys let me know what you think. Is that an angle here that they know? Maybe Northwestern has no leverage and they're going to go to the guy and be like, you want to dig us out of this and cut your chops as a Big Ten coach, learning to be a head coach? I don't know if that's realistic or not. Maybe more people be interested in this job that have more experience than Tommy. By more, I mean any, but they have no leverage. So I've seen this on Twitter and I looked at it and I'm like, man, that makes a lot of sense. I just don't know whether it's a horrible idea for Northwestern, a horrible idea for Tommy, or the best solution for everybody. I'm not sure. What would you guys think of this? Is this a possibility or totally unrealistic? Let me know. But all right, I'm out of here. I got to go do some more naked pass rush drills. I'll be back later.